Now is the time to end this long drawn-out battle. This place in history as the ultimate genius. If something happens to me, I'm counting on you to finish the job. Hurry! The moment for attack has come. It's now or never.
Alright, so, Cosmic Wall. Cosmic Wall's a very good finale for Robotnik. Good song. That fucker right there. But other than that fucker, who actually isn't that bad right now, pretty good stage. I also like this, this low-gravity gimmick. It doesn't really add much challenge to the level, but, like, it's fun to play in, and it makes it an interesting trek through the area, so I don't care, it's just kind of neat. I mean, that's kind of what I think about the shooting in this game in general. Is it always the most difficult thing? Nah, you just point a laser at something and then you release the button. And that is extremely satisfying to do. I've already mentioned that back, on Prison Island, but, you know, it bears repeating because it's simple but fun. Anyway, yeah, those fuckers right there. If that looks like a familiar big drip, that's because it's chaos. Except artificial. So yes, apparently, Eggman's granddad was working on an artificial version of chaos for reasons unbeknownst to us. Don't even know how he knows about that, but whatever. Let's not think about that too much. Regardless, artificial chaos are usually jerks, but they're very easy to kill right here, making them far, far easier. We'll get to them being rude later. Though, to be fair, I think we might have seen a few in either Meteor Herd or Mad Space. You can run into them in those stages, they're just not quite as prominent. But anyway, yeah, artificial chaos are just the worst, I hate them. They are the reason I mentioned way earlier when Eggman first got to the arc that I kind of hate the later arc stages. They're used very frequently as an enemy type, and I just find them annoying. I don't find them particularly fun to deal with. I guess you kinda have to deal with them differently per character. That's interesting. But yeah, more annoying than anything else. So, today, so last time I talked about the soundtrack, this time I want to mention the storyline. So, first and foremost, the writers of Sonic Adventure 1 and 2 are different. At least, as far as head writers go, though. Like I said with the music, oftentimes, the person listed as writer is probably not the only person actually writing, because it's a lot to do as a single person. Not impossible, of course, and of course, translation is also an art that has been done solo before, and, it's a process. Anyway, here's, this upgrade. This just doubles Eggman's HP, which made me kind of worried I got hit there for a sec, because it did make his health bar look lower. I thought I got hit by something and didn't notice, and I was so mad. Thankfully that won't be a gimmick for this episode, right? That's not gonna be a theme? Future me? Why aren't you responding? Ah well, anyway. So, the writer for Sonic Adventure 1 was Akinori Nishiyama, and in this game, the writer is Shiro Meikawa. Shiro, I believe, was actually with Sonic Team USA at the time. Something I read mentioned that he did travel back to Japan after this game, and then went on to actually work on Sonic X, so he has worked on other Sonic things. But anyway, yeah, I bring him up. There was one interview with him for the Sonic channel, and you can find translations for that in a few places on the internet. It's interesting, it's a short little read. I was kind of hoping that there would be more on, like, what he thought of in story, or like how he went about writing it. It's more just like the process of it, though, when he, you know, the stuff that does get brought up. It's more just the process of writing and, you know, what it was like writing Adventure 2 versus Heroes. And also, apparently, he was the only person who was extremely hyped for Sonic to go to space, which, I mean, Sonic kinda went to space before, but, I don't know, Doomsday Zone was just like in the atmosphere, right? I mean, there's a whole lot of space debris, but I think that's just the norm for Sonic Earth. Or, in that case, Mobius. Anyway, though, yeah, I was kind of hoping more for, like, what he was going for tone, though, you know? I kind of wanted to see, like, what he was kind of, aiming for in writing the plot, because I will say, thinking about this game's story a bit, so, first and foremost, I still kind of prefer Adventure 1's storyline. Like, the whole idea of having you play multiple characters who basically have to deal with a standard Eggman plot, right? Like, for the most part, up until the end, Adventure 1 is very much just the usual, hey, Eggman's doing something, so Sonic and Tails have to stop him, except this time the thing he's doing involves a water monster, and, you know, while Sonic and Tails have to fight Eggman, there's also just this underlying plot of, hey, what is up with this mysterious water creature, though? What's its deal? Why is it here? What's its emotional status? Why does it feel so bad? And, you know, what happened to sort of get it to this point? And then there was also just the fact that, like, since there were more characters than just Sonic and Tails, that also meant that, like, you kind of just got the day in the life of everyone else. Like, Amy was just going about her business when she had to be the damsel in distress for part of this game's plot, and then she kind of has to continue on after that. So, you know, I really like the whole point of view thing, and one of the things I feel is kind of lost in this game, for the most part, is this sort of idea that, like, while everything plays out exactly the same, dialogue changes between, like, different scenarios, so the wording of what happens in Adventure 1 changes depending on whether you're playing as, like, Sonic or Tails or Knuckles, and all that sort of thing. And, I don't know, the fact that this game doesn't do that always kind of soured me on it a little bit, to a certain extent. And, you know, I do like that the end result does wind up being something a little larger than, you know, your typical Sonic game at the time, when it turned out, hey, yeah, actually, that water monster is very dangerous, so much so that even Eggman kind of shot himself in the foot by using it. And we've got to solve that. But Sonic Adventure 2 also goes places, and to be fair, it also does the whole, like, Sonic has to fight Eggman, but this time, the fact that you play as Eggman is a huge difference to the formula. First off, you don't often get to play as Eggman in the series, and you know what? It's kinda cool being able to do so. And I think the Egg Walker is sort of a good, middle ground, or compromise, rather, of, like, Eggman's usual machinery and actually being able to play a game, because, look, Eggman's got a lot of different robots, and it's a bit of a shame that they don't really get shown off here, but also, how would you play as the Drill robot in this game? It would be oh god, Drill, no, I'm sorry! Okay, look, I'm sorry, Giant Drill. You could totally be playable if you wanted to be. You can do anything you set your mind to, it's fine. Eggman could be using you right now. It wouldn't be awkward or unwieldy, especially not in the Dreamcast era. Okay, we got away. Never mind. Suck my butt, Giant Drill, you got nothing.
Now you know why I am the best.
I do, Robotnik, I do.
Darn! Why do they always leave a sweet little innocent girl like me alone?
Well, well, young lady. Is there something I can help you with?
Dr. Eggman!
If you value your life, you will tell me where Sonic and Tails are.
Alright, well then, it seems like Tails, at least, is off to destroy the power source of the Ark, or at least one of them. I mean, he can probably only take down so much at a time. Anyway, so I liked Cosmic Wall. I don't like this stage that much. I don't like Eternal Engine. So, Eternal Engine is more of a standard Tails stage. You don't get to have the low gravity thing, like with Eggman. Instead, you have these airlocks that if you blow them open, they will try to suck you out into space. Well, I say try, but they're not actively doing it, it's just an unfortunate byproduct of you shooting wildly. So hey, that's fun, right? You know how the fun gimmick of this game is you get to just point and shoot at everything? Well, guess what? If you try to aim too much and shoot, you die. So that's great. Love to limit the gimmick. Also, bye, nerd. Alright, so anyway, right. So, this stage, instead of saying, hey, jumps are now more fun to do, you are instead limited in your shooting. You actually have to be cautious, and I hate it. Why would you do this? It's so rude. But yeah, otherwise it's just kind of too long of a stage. I think it goes on for a while, and yes, that's me talking as somebody who went through quite a few takes of this stage. You can probably get through it fine on your own. But yeah, anyway, I do feel like this game lost a little something by, having cutscenes that wind up identical to one another when they do cross over. Like, at most, usually, all you get is, like, a change in music, like for the Knuckles and Rouge scenes. And, as I said last time, the Rouge scenes are just better, because Flying the Freedom is the better song. But yeah, that being said though, I do really like the format of the story. And like I said, I was thinking about the story for a bit, and I came to the conclusion, oh, here's where artificial chaoses are bastards. They like to hide in their form, and you have two options. Either rapidly shoot until you just happen to kill it, or wait for it to emerge from its body, at which point it will try to stretch its arms out towards you. Yeah, so the arms are annoying. They can stretch out very long. So that's why I hate artificial chaos, simple enough. They're just very annoying to hit with just about every character, except Eggman for some reason. He had an easy time with them. Anyway though, right, story. So, I realized at one point that the cool thing that I like about Sonic Adventure 2's story is the fact that essentially it is a heist plot that creates and then has to interact with a prison break plot. But, like, it's very simple, but that is what it is, though. Like, chronologically speaking, you start with Eggman and Shadow teaming up, and, eventually saying, hey, we need to steal these Chaos Emeralds from Prison Island. So that's the heist. You get to Prison Island, you go through the heist, and then it is ultimately successful, and now we're dealing with the fallout of that. We actually have to take the stuff we got from the heist and, actually get what Eggman truly wants, which is world domination. Meanwhile, however, because Shadow framed Sonic, that created a prison break plot that happened at the exact same time. So, the reason for Sonic getting wrongfully imprisoned is due to stuff that happens on the Dark story, so, the prison break is necessitated by the heist. But then, once they're out of prison, then they have to deal with the fallout, because merely escaping prison is not enough to actually, end the storyline. You are not safe just because you are out from the cell. Also, here's Tails' ability to break iron crates, whatever. Anyway. So yeah. Escaping prison is not the end of, like, any prison story. I don't watch that many Prison Break movies, but, like, I don't think that many of them particularly just end when they get out of jail. Also, this is the exact point where I basically, after this, I got through, I think, most of the rest of this in one take, so at one point you will see me play a lot more timidly, because good god, I did not want to lose, especially right here after losing my shield, and yes, that could have killed me. But yeah, of course, in this instance, the post-prison break is having to, I guess, prove Sonic innocent, kind of? I feel like nobody actually cares about what Gun does. Like, Sonic and crew aren't necessarily trying to clear Sonic's name. I feel that's a goal, right? Like, Sonic doesn't want to have to run from the cops forever. Like, he likes running, but this just seems like a chore. Or at least I would assume he would think that. But yeah, it is more to stop the heist storyline, and to fight the guy who put Sonic in jail in the first place. So yeah, I don't know, I just had that thought. Also, yeah, that was an artificial chaos trying to attack me before I even opened the door. So that's fun, when enemies aggro on you before you even know they're there. That's cool and good. Oh, and they shoot lasers. Did I neglect to mention that? Sorry, that was stupid on my part. They shoot lasers too, in case you didn't have to hate them enough. Oh, and here's the end of the stage. Now, thankfully, the usual strategy of just spin around and shoot all the time is exactly what you need to do here to blow up the engine. Not so eternal now, are you jerk? This is what you get for powering this stage, you ass. Alright, and thankfully, we can just easily float over. And here's the goal ring.
I did it!
Alright, we did it. We hopefully shut down the Ark.
Very good!
Yeah, thanks, Tails, I needed that. I didn't feel like that was very good.
Okay, Sonic! Now put that emerald...
Tails, tell Sonic to meet you back at the research facility.
Sonic! Amy is...
I didn't get that, Tails. What happened to Amy? Tails!
Okay, so Amy's in danger, which means we have to go through the worst running stage in the game, Crazy Gadgets. So, I didn't like Eternal Engine. I hate Crazy Gadgets. So, Crazy Gadget has gravity gimmicks. You more or less move normally when you're upside down. It took so many tries for my brain to be able to parse moving upside down, because it just feels wrong on all accounts. Also, I think we're a little ways away from this stage getting absolute bullshit. Yeah, okay, so we got a little more to do. Though, actually, I'm pretty close to a part of the stage I really hate. Let's see, we should be... Yeah, okay, so we've got to roll under these spots. Here's part number 1 I hate. Upside down grinding. As if I couldn't dislike grinding enough. Part number 2, the physics here. So I'm going straight down. Be careful if you do this, because if you go into the wall too much, you die. Does it look like there's a wall there? It does. Is there? No. You are not safe, even when you think you're safe, because this stage sucks, and I hate it. Also, we have an alternate version of Chaos here. It makes many Chaos. It kind of works like that one enemy in Final Egg. Actually, it was multiple enemies that just came from a thing, and you just had to avoid them. Here, you just kill the main artificial Chaos, and you clear the room. Also, just as a word of warning, don't pick up an electric shield in this stage. Normal shield's fine. Electric is bad news. Anyway, so I don't want to talk about Crazy Gadget that much, but we're about to get an upgrade. I really want to get back to talking about the story, because I think it's neat. Every once in a while, Eggman will yell at you, which, again, like in that one Rouge stage that also sucked, I do kind of like just the vibe of Eggman shouting at you as you're going through the stage. It's probably kind of stressful to some people, but I don't mind it too much. Anyway, right here is the Flame Ring. This is Sonic's ability to destroy iron crates, which is important right here, But mainly, I just like how it looks. I think it's actually a very cool looking upgrade. Alright, is this where we have to do upside down light speed dash? Because that also sucks. Hey, guess what? I sent myself careening into the abyss with a lot of upside down light speed dashes. No, not here. Okay, cool. Will I hit the rail? I did. Great. But yeah, I love the oh yeah, right here. Electric shield will kill you if you have it, so, try not to hit too many checkpoints, I guess. Otherwise, you'll just accidentally eat those rings and fall upwards to your death. But yeah, I love the tone of this story. I like sort of the differences between team composition. And while I prefer having the 6 different character storylines to the 2 team storylines, I can't appreciate the team makeup, where, you know, Sonic Team is just kind of normal. They're the prison plot, and their team is based on trust, you know, the usual sort of thing. Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles trust each other. On the other hand, you have Dark Team, and they're really not held together well at all. Like, we know by now, you know, some of Rouge's deal. We don't know why she does what she does, but she ignored, Hero Team getting on to the Ark in favor of getting the Master Emerald Shard, so if nothing else, we just know that she is absolutely in it for the gemstones, not for the team. And Shadow isn't looking to betray Eggman or anything, but, you know, he is very much just like the dragon figure, as TV tropes would say it. Like, he's there, and he wants to punish humanity, and at the moment, Eggman ruling the world is the best thing that can happen towards that goal.
You're too slow, Sonic. If you don't come here, she will die.
Jesus Christ, Eggman.
Well done, Sonic, but you'll never leave this room alive. Ha-ha!
I love that I went from, "She will die," to, "Ha-ha!" Which, God, that is such a change in tone of voice. Like, genuinely terrifying threats to kind of just like... He's really trying so hard to do a villain laugh. But yeah, no, like, Shadow is here to punish humanity. And like... Eggman will probably do that, but if something better came along, Shadow would shift to that. He's only loyal to Eggman because Eggman's his best bet for actually doing anything. Also, this room sucks, by the way. So there's a lot of gravity gimmicks, which, you know, I don't like these in the first place. The other problem is, I'm gonna level with you, the pathway is not clear, and that was me fucking up real bad, which made me terrified for the rest of the stage. But yeah, no, there are a few points where I thought, okay, I'll jump over to that platform. Nope, that's not the correct platform. I fell to my death. So I actually had to look up how to go through here. That one point where you have to target jump an enemy onto the blue block is just the worst. I look at that and I don't think about, like, actually successfully doing anything with that. I just think immediately, oh, that would have killed me. That's not where I want to go. Incorrect. That is where I wanted to go. Also, yeah, that artificial chaos just decided, I'm gonna be an absolute bastard and shoot some lasers, and admittedly I just came over here to see if there was a shield. No, it's just one of those mysterious statues that we haven't actually seen any use for so far. Thankfully, I did not screw myself over by not immediately killing the artificial chaos. He was just like, I'm gonna fire lasers everywhere, that's my strategy. Could the real chaos do this? I think I live up to this name better than the other chaoses. Alright, what's my bad rank?
Too easy. Piece of cake.
B stands for better than I thought.
Let's take care of business first, shall we, Sonic? Hand over the Chaos Emerald, slowly, and then we'll talk about your girlfriend. That is, if you really care for her.
handing over the fake emerald, I can kill two birds with one stone.
Put the emerald down right there and back off.
You've turned into a big-time villain, Doctor.
Whoa! You thought you could trick me with that fake emerald, didn't you?
So, how did you know it wasn't the real one?
Tails!
Because you just told me, Fox Boy. Now, for a little space ride. The capsule clears the colony bad.
I'm counting on you, Tails. Amy, take care of yourself.
Farewell, Sonic the Hedgehog.
Sonic!
Farewell, Sonic, my admirable adversary. Now we have some unfinished business to take care of. If you give me the real emerald, I will release you both. You have my promise.
Sonic!
Huh?
Sonic is asking for the first time to do something for him.
That can't be the first time.
I won't give up!
Alright, so we're repeating Tails' character growth from the first game, sure.
What have you done to Sonic? I'll never forgive you for this.
You want to read that line again? You don't sound that mad. Alright, so... Second Eggman vs. Tails fight. There is a big tomb in the middle that explodes if you hit it, and also, both characters have the same special attacks. They will either fire homing missiles or a giant laser. Whenever you see them try to use the laser, get close to them, stay close, circle around them as fast as you can, or you will get hit. Trust me, it's very easy to get hit. And as for the missiles, you need to keep moving. If for any reason you stop moving, you'll get hit. How do I know this?
All right, no more games.
Because it happens here.
Lose to
I
Tails.
did it!
I can at least be cheered up by Eggman's defeat line of just, "How could I lose to Tails?" He hates it so much. This is the worst thing to happen to him.
Sonic, I did it!
Okay, maybe you should pay a little more attention to the guy you just beat, though. So anyway, yeah, that's the end of the video, but also, like, fuck, in case you're wondering, yes, it autosaves the moment you complete the fight. Hey, so you know how, I didn't get the full victory screen there? That's because I tried to quit so that I could restart and do the fight again without getting hit. But no! It didn't let me. It moved on to the next cutscene when I reloaded. I hate autosave. In most cases I don't hate autosave, but when I'm in LP mode, I really hate autosave.